Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Thank you guys so much for coming back to another video. If you guys are new here, my name is Dems,
And I'm not.
and we are a Jamaican family living here in beautiful Grand Prairie, Alberta. So a couple days ago, I did a video where I shared India versus Canada, and that video has been getting a lot of love and also a lot of hate, which was expected because, of course, it's a controversial topic. However, in today's video, I'm going to be talking to my other half, Natch here, and to get her feedback to see if she thinks Indians are being unfairly treated in Canada. Of course, if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, Canada has been listed as a country with the highest Indian population outside of India, and over the past 3 years, there has been more immigrants from India to Canada than any other country in the world. Go and watch that video if you haven't got a chance to go and watch it. And of course, let me know what are your thoughts, what are your feedback in that video. But before you guys do anything else, I want you guys to take a second. If you enjoy these kind of content, subscribe. And if you find value from our channel, hit the like button and let your thoughts be known in the comment section. So without any further ado, let's get right into it. So the question is, do you think Indians are being unfairly treated by Canadian citizens and residents?
It's a broad question
Hmm.
and somewhat unfair and somewhat fair. So why I say it's unfair is because um most Canadians are judging all Indians of being like the unruly sets. Like every Indian is the same. They come, they want to take up space, they don't want to pay taxes, they don't want to do nothing, they just want to come and benefit. And then you have others, right, that come here and I believe come here and are doing the work. They're
Doing
the
things the right way.
right way. So it's kind of, it depends. It
And that's
depends.
actually a very good a way to look at it as well. And the reason why we're really doing this video is because a comment that I got underneath the previous video, someone was saying that they're very disappointed that another immigrant group would basically paint Indians, which is another immigrant group, in a negative light, and the comments made in that video was unfair. So I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit to get your feedback. But as Nats just said, it's really unfair for persons to be broad brushing.
Brushing every
And
Indians.
and I know even Indians who are born in Canada who have never been to India are subjected to some level of discrimination and
Yeah.
some level of unfair treatment just on the fact that they are Indians. Because let's be honest, not all Indians are from India.
No.
There are Indians who are born in Canada, there are Indians from the Caribbean, there are Indians from the US, all around the world.
Exactly.
So you can't just look on somebody and
But
determine.
how things are, that's how people are just broad brushing or
Hmm.
Canadians or everyone. I'm not saying everyone is doing a broad brush of just saying all Indians are
But
of
what do you
certain
think
character.
caused that though? Like, what do you think is the main cause for that, for the rise in unfair treatment towards Indians?
Because of what is happening in immigration and the fact that crime has gone up, and when you look at who's behind the crimes, it's mostly Indians. And everything that is, as I said, immigration, everything that is not on books or not legal are the
Are
Indians.
pointing towards the
Yes. So
Indians.
it's like everything is pointing towards them. So that's why everybody is like, yeah.
Do you think Indians have a responsibility as well in order to like kind of shape the narrative from the negative um, stereotype that's being painted towards them?
They do have a responsibility, but it's gonna be hard because majority, the ones that are doing the wrong are the loudest and more pronounced. So they have a lot of work cut out for them.
I think so, and I've met Indians who are not in support of other Indians because they believe that for the vast majority, those are the ones who are painting
Bad
a
picture.
negative picture of, and even they are being stereotyped
Yeah.
unfairly and stuff. Because let's be honest, you were telling me about a story the other day where in the U.S. it's found that there are some colleges that
Not in
is
the US, Canada.
in Canada.
Not
Remind me, what
US.
was that again?
It's like human trafficking. I don't know the full story behind it. It's
Yeah,
like it's news going out now that like 260 colleges in Canada,
260.
about that. Don't quote me
Oh,
because I might be wrong.
yeah.
Um, it's a human trafficking thing where they come as student, but they're not actually students and trafficking them, and then they go off to the US.
And then what countries are they from again?
India.
And then
So
we hear about even the international student fraud, which is predominantly from India. And then we hear about the car stealing ring, which is
from the
predominantly
India.
Indians.
The
And then,
thing is, you can also, all right, people are going to try to make a better life or try to seek a somewhere to get a better
yeah,
life. And Canada was open. In a sense, it was open. Our
yeah,
immigration was open, and was saying, come to Canada." So these, in my head or my brain, I think these people see a way where, or the loophole where they
hmm
can come and they can don't have to go to school, or they don't have to do the legal things, and they take advantage of it. So the government, as well, should be blamed. I'm
yeah.
sorry, it's
And
not just Indian people alone. The
I
government
think the
should be blamed.
government on immigration has also mentioned that um, there are things that they could have done differently.
There's lots of loopholes that they make advantage of it.
Yeah,
That's it.
because Canada has been known to be a nice country, and I don't know if they didn't expect anybody to exploit the
No, because
loopholes.
normally the society on a whole is a law abiding society, and they expect everybody to come and just go through the same thing.
hmm
If it's you're supposed to go left, go left.
hmm
That's it. They don't expect you to go right in between, up middle, nowhere. They
In
just
other words,
expect
they depend on person's personal consciousness and personal, yeah,
integrity, all of
integrity.
that.
Yeah.
That's what they rely on, and unfortunately,
So the bottom line is we always try to strike a balance on our platform in our reasoning. We try to show the good, the bad, not just of our own life and our own experiences, but just like from an immigration perspective. So we're not necessarily like targeting a specific immigration group, but we're
because
just
if it
talking
was
about,
if it was Africans or black, it's the same thing.
yeah,
It doesn't
exactly.
matter.
So
If
we're
something is wrong, we're going to point it out and like, yeah, okay, you need to fix
exactly.
it.
So all we're doing is just commentating on things that is wide
It's
seen in our
happening.
environment right now. And if I'm being very, very honest, guys. In like in addition to the video that I've made, I personally have seen instances where me myself has developed some form of unconceived bias um towards Indians as well. Like not in a broad sense, but in terms of like it's been happening so much that you find yourself doing some kind of unconscious bias. But the thing is, once you're aware of it, you can address it and then you can identify that, hey, you know what, this is kind of like wrong, and not all persons are the same. Because
Hmm.
like if somebody bad drive me on the road, for example, if like somebody cut me off or there's somebody
Something.
driving not so good on the road, I'm like, this that's probably an Indian, you
And
know.
99% of the time, it ended up being an Indian. So
Exactly. So
it's
I think that immigrant groups still have a responsibility to try and reduce the amount of negative stereotype that's painted
because
towards
you
them.
do have people that take the route of coming, let's say, as a student, and
hmm
they work hard, study, pass the exam, graduate, and they move on to the next step to
hmm
becoming a permanent resident or becoming a citizen. So we can't just judge, say for instance, all international students
hmm
or all international students that are from India, that they're coming not to be a productive citizen of the country.
And again, I get that what you're saying, and that's unfair in the highest sense of the word to be like targeting a whole demography of people because of just their race. Because not all Indians are from India, or
Exactly.
are not all
That too.
Indians are immigrants either. However, I still believe that there is just such vast level of we speak about like not following the rules and laws and crime and stuff like that that causes these kind of stereotypes. Like we've seen persons going to the food bank. We've shared videos where we've seen persons going to the earning upwards of $90,000 a
And still
year
going to the
and
food bank.
still going to the food bank just because they want to save their own money and like taking away resources from persons, from Canadians and Canadian residents who actually need those resources because they're exploiting the system.
But question to you though, people doing that, how do you mitigate, or how do you reduce people?
And that's where it starts with each person self-reflecting and doing their own, as you said, consciousness and integrity, and identifying that okay, then it might be innate for them to break the law to break the rules and to exploit the system. It might be innate, but we are creating a stereotype against a whole demography of people, so
Hmm.
let's change it in their own way. So if one person start driving properly on the road, for example, let's not start, don't break the road code, don't break the road, just follow the rules, follow the laws, and then another person start doing the same thing. Follow the immigration system as though it should be followed, do things the right way. Eventually, then there will become an acceptance. There will become an acceptance. That's what I think. I think that's the only way you fix it. Like there can't be policies put in place towards a specific group,
That's true.
right? So I think it starts with each person's individual consciousness and also in the workplace as well. Integrate more, right? Like, have you ever seen an Indian lady dating a non-Indian man?
Ah, you wanna go there?
No, I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Maybe it's just their thing. I won't. Maybe it's just their thing.
And that's true.
Yeah,
And
it's
I'm not
just
trying to say that you have to date outside of your culture, but what I'm trying to say is they're very cliquey. And you come into a multicultural society, and I don't feel like they accept.
and that yeah, and that is what I've gotten responses that I've gotten from Canadians,
Hmm.
Caucasian Canadians. You have black people that have been here as well, other races
Hmm.
that saying that yes, the Indians they're just together.
Together.
There's
And
no
whilst you
integration
can,
of nobody
and
their community.
it's very important to know that whilst you can keep your culture, but also integrate into other cultures as well.
Mhm.
Like, don't forget your core beliefs and your core roots,
Yeah.
and create your community. You can do that, but don't do it at expense of another culture. Like, you come into a Canadian culture, for example, integrate within that culture while keeping your culture.
Mhm.
Don't try to replace that culture with your culture. And I think there's a lot of that that's going on.
That's
It's in the workplace, right? And I think that's where it is. The challenge is because we all have our own cultures. We cook Jamaican food
yeah.
in our household every day.
Yeah.
We speak
But
Jamaican,
we do Canadian cuisine as well.
and many other cultures.
Yeah,
That's the way they do
exactly.
it. So you integrate within your community while keeping your beliefs. I don't think it's the same. And it could just be my opinion, but of course, if you guys disagree with me, I always encourage constructive conversations. We're not going to always agree on the same topics. Let me know what your thoughts are respectfully. We're not trying to create any form of discrimination against any immigrant group. We ourselves are immigrants, but what we're doing is just commentating on issues that's going on within our society. So let us know if you agree, disagree in the comment section respectfully without hate or prejudice or anything of the start. And again, guys, if you find value from these kind of conversations, let us know by liking the video and let us know by subscribing to our channel. Try and share this video to an Indian friend to see what are their thoughts, to see if they believe that they are being unfairly treated or if they see justification in the treatment,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
So we'll end this video right here, right now. Thank you guys so much for watching. That's what you get here, guys. Immigration content also through our own lenses. Thank you guys so much for watching. Until next time, see you guys in the next video.